Like, no, I haven't listened to the band Goose. Been watching you since 17k subs. It's wild to see you as one of the biggest voices in MMA. Thank you for the £5, Best Bin Boy. Dude, isn't it insane? The Mighty Guru Show. I've seen Mighty Mouse has been getting a lot of flack for it. Didn't get any flack for the initial collaborations with me, but now that it's a committed show that I will benefit from and he will benefit from, now there is flack. It's interesting. But, hey, it's going to be a good time, dude. I'm looking forward to the show. I want to get Lucas Tracy on as a guest. I mean, I'm going to try and get MMA YouTube on the map with it. You know what I'm saying, chat? Imagine Lucas Tracy jumps on for a 20-minute segment. I think that'd be a good one. Maybe once we settle in, if there's a weaker pay-per-view, try to get Lucas Tracy on there. I think could be good. I'm already thinking of guests. I think Kevin Holland would be an interesting guest of craziness. Ripped her heart out right before her eyes. I can't believe it. Can't believe they actually want to make Volk versus Yair and Lopez versus Gene. I hope they actually make it. Don't do this shit. I'm going to be real with you, chat. Yes or no, if Diego Lopez's next fight is not Movsar Evloev or Yair Rodriguez, they're intentionally tanking this company to the fucking ground. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God. I swear to God. If they do not make Diego Lopez's next fight with Evloev or Yair, they're intentionally tanking this to the ground. How can you fumble a perfect matchup? And they have options. They have options for a sick matchup for him. Thoughts on Cejudo saying O'Malley brought no one in to work on his ground game, even though he literally brought in DJ. Cejudo probably thinks that him bringing no one in means he didn't bring in any American wrestlers. Let's just be honest. That's what Cejudo means by that. I'm glad he didn't bring in any American wrestlers, because otherwise he would learn how to stuff a takedown against someone who can't fucking wrestle. Why is Holland such a prick? I want to see him flatline so bad. I don't think Holland's that bad. He's annoying with because the thing is, the reason why I don't like Holland is that I'm a fan of him. This is the thing, right? I think Holland's cool. He's active. He's a fun fighter every time. So it annoys me that he's a fucking annoying cunt. But it's in an endearing way that I hate him beyond belief. You know what I'm saying? Is sick. I remember when I was younger. One of my friends' friends was really into it, and I ended up listening to it a bit because I was playing drums, so I was like, this is sick. I remember playing Nightmare on the drums once. It was good. Hate on the show is from Twitter incels. It's just, yeah, I get why they don't like it, you know what I'm saying? There was a guy on Twitter saying something like, all the times I've reached out to DJ as a brother for an interview. Just 5 minutes of his time, and he hasn't given me the time of day, and now he's collabing with Guru, and it's like, yeah, try 7 years of grinding content, dude. It doesn't just get handed out to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't just get handed out because you're a bro. It's a weird reaction on Twitter, some of the people, but most of it is positive, so I'm going to focus on that. I think most people are amped for the show. I think it's going to be a good one, so we're not going to give it too much attention. Shout out to George Hardwick. Met him a few times during my time working at Fight Store Pro. How does George fare again? There's a lot of sneak names that we could work with. Pig and the Mouse, Ham and Cheese. If Sean beats Marab, what does that do for his legacy? And who does he have to beat to become the bantamweight GOAT? I don't know, lad. I'm not sure. I don't know, lad. I'm not sure. You mad worm? No, what did it? Who does he have to beat to become bantamweight GOAT? If Sean O'Malley beats Marab and in another contender, you can immediately begin the discussion. Bantamweight GOAT is very... No one's really paved the way that far. As much as people remember Dominic Cruz as this marauder, he had like 3 defenses and most of them were against Faber. So, you know. It's kind of easy to become bantamweight GOAT. As weird as that, it isn't easy because it's a very difficult division. But it's easy in terms of the haul that you have to go on. You know, it's not like trying to beat GSP's Legacy or Anderson Silva's or John Jones's or Demetrius Johnson's. You know what I mean? Some divisions have had their standards set very, very high. But bantamweight, if O'Malley beats Marab in the rematch, I mean, the discussion begins of like, what's he got to do to become GOAT straight away again. And then if he beats like a Jan in a rematch, or a Sandhagen, or a Umar off of a couple wins, then we're talking. Impression of Habib watching Islam's lifeless body fall to the canvas after JDM KOs him. Thoughts on Kevin Holland's recent hissy fit during the UFC interview? Rampage seems to live in his head rent-free. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. So, yeah, Holland's in a bad mood, dude. Holland's in a pretty tricky mood, man. It's not the best. Of all the ways, of course, that's how you find out a fucking Hardwick. Thank you for the 5. Lazy shit, right? Ilya will definitely knock Charles down, but I honestly think Charles does his best after getting hit. He gets knocked out. He gets knocked down and then wins off of his back. Not saying he'll win, but don't count him out. Charles does his best work after getting hit. All right. It's an interesting take. That's one way to cope with him constantly getting hurt, I guess. Thank you for the 10. I just don't, in my opinion, chat, I don't like the look of him going 5 with Chandler. I think Ilya finishes Chandler in round 1. Like, I really thought in the Chandler-Pimlet fight, like, how the fuck haven't these guys dealt with Chandler sooner? He's so simple, you know? So that's what I think. If Sean wins, does he beat Corey and Umar and Patchy and Yan and any contender? Does he hold the belt? Well, let's not put Patchy there yet. Like, Patchy's got some work to do. Does he hold the belt for a while, do you think? It depends on the matchups that he gets, but yes. You know, I could see Sean winning and looking for the Corey Sandhagen matchup as just like, give me Corey next! Come on! Am I wrong to think that Charles would finish Volk and Max as well? I think Ilya probably wins, but Charles is a huge step up. Yeah, you could beat, that's what I do agree with. But Holloway and Volk don't have finishing potential. You have to have finishing potential to beat Oliveira, and they just don't have it unless they can overwhelm you. So, it's a very stylistic matchup thing to say that. Guru at CGI 3 next year, 99 plus Tracy, maybe. You know? Jesus. The pig in the... Alright, thank you for the 2. Chill out, dude. They're a fighter you absolutely don't want to meet. As in, like, I'm worried. I do think Ian Gary would, like, hit me. I really think he would aggressively, angrily go at me. But I'd chin him. So, I don't know. I don't know who. Is there someone I've, like, secretly really disrespected? I don't know. Maybe Navajo Sterling's playing nice. You know? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it would be. John Jones would probably take pride in attempting to bum me, I would imagine. Impression of Marab ordering at the Krusty Krab. I want to say that I want a Krabby Patty because SpongeBob, he make them great, you know, because, hey, this Plankton guy come here to say to me to name 10 Krabby Patties. Sup? How does Prime Tony versus Prime Poirier go? Prime Poirier would finish him, I reckon, honestly. Hopper-O, MMA Che, and ITP are way better than Lucas and Bedtime. Lucas and Bedtime just brain rot content using MMA as a base. Yeah. I mean, the tier lists are quite brain rot, yeah. And Lucas Tracy's another week away from doing another GOAT tier list. But they do make good content, I think. In terms of personality, they are good. But I do think ITP is like an unsung... I think MMA Che is probably one of the more he's good at breaking down the fights. Hopper-O MMA, he does make good tier lists. Is that the guy who's like sounds like Tom Aspinall? I think that's the guy who sounds like Tom Aspinall. And ITP does really well-made videos, to be fair to him. He had a hell of a comeback since his channel got taken down. Sorry if it was already asked, but did you see Derek Lewis shredding Ariel on his show? He did. He called him out for a lot of his shit. Nice. Good shit from Derek Lewis, dude. I told him to. So I'm glad that he followed along. Thank you for the 5. I said make sure you mention the tunnels. You know? Should Ilya have put up the replica BMF belt he keeps next to his featherweight title against Charles? Should Ilya have to put up the replica BMF belt he keeps next to his featherweight title against Charles? No. Thank you for the $5. Maybe, though, yeah. But honestly, let's face it, chat. The BMF champ, and there's no one more fucking deserving. The BMF champ is Jack Della Maddalena. The lineal BMF champion. Let's be real. That's the lineal BMF champ right there, dude. The lineal BMF champ. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You watching Tough? That Daniil guy is literally a welterweight. No, not the GOAT and the Guru. The Mighty Guru show's good. Thank you for the 2. Because you know what it is? It kind of just references me in the title. The Mighty Guru Show. I mean, where does that reference Demetrius Johnson? If we're, I really like the name of that chat. So I'm very happy to have that as the podcast name. You know, it's just the Mighty Guru Show because I'm just so mighty. You know what I'm saying? But the Pig and the Mouse would have been good as well. Yeah. You know, you can call it whatever you want. Pig and the Mouse, ham and cheese. I've seen some people say. Hey, or something like that. I can't think of anything there. Impression of BJ Penn walking past a mirror and thinking that he himself was cloned. He can tell by the ass and legs. Stop! What witchcraft is this? Favorite smell? My favorite smell. Oh, I actually do have answers for this, but I can't think about them right now. Petrol's always good. My favorite smell, though, is probably... I don't know. I can't think of it. I do have one, but it's on the spot, and I haven't smelt it in a long time. You and DJ's first guest should be Chandler. Thank you for this. Oh, I'll tell you what my favorite smell is. Water. Water when you've drank only water for a very long time. It actually has a scent and a nice taste to it. Like it's like almost rewarding you for only consuming it almost. Who will post the pod? New channel? No, it'll just go on DJ's channel. You and DJ's first guest should be Chandler? No, let's not. We have to discuss some things about guests. Who would win in an adopt-off? Kayla Harrison or Michael Chandler? Kayla Harrison, I reckon. She's a much better dad. Do Dana choking on Tom versus John announcement? All right, guys, we got a big... Anyway. Oh, God, the others have chunked in here. Sup, Judius? You seen that black dude on Twitter with 400 followers crying that DJ's collabing with you and not him? Yeah, he said, I've reached out as a brother to DJ. I saw that. Someone sent it to me today, but... It is what it is, man. Maybe we'll bring him on. Maybe I'll let him send me a voice note on Instagram and I'll play it for 30 seconds during one of the episodes. I don't know why you could cry about that if you have done nothing to earn it. You know what I mean? Good man, Guru. Don't stop giving Dana shit. UFC has gone to the dogs. Thank you for the 10 euros. True. Yes, I won't stop giving him shit. First one's dropping Monday or Tuesday, I think. I think Monday. Do you think Tom Aspinall leaving the UFC to fight Ngannou would be bigger than him staying and fighting anyone other than Jones? Tom Aspinall leaving the UFC to fight Ngannou would be bigger than him staying and fighting anyone other than Jones. Yes. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, it would, obviously. Yeah, it'd be bigger than him versus Gane, bigger than him, but it just won't happen because Ngannou is just... What is there for Ngannou? That's the tough thing. I almost feel like the UFC let Vatakov go so that Ngannou wouldn't get the Verhoeven fight, because I know Verhoeven would want the Vatakov Glory matchup and Glory wouldn't let him go because they'd have a matchup for him. That's how BJ Penn's house is decorated. True. If you're going to eventually over time confront John Jones over all his allegations, why not just pull up to a pre-fight press conference and say something? Yeah, I'll wait till he fucking fights then, shall I? That's a big fucking problem, mate, innit? Thank you for the $5. Hey, Piggy on Wheels, have you been watching the Embedded episodes? I haven't. I don't watch Embedded anymore. I'm done with it. Impression of Bryce Mitchell singing Erica? I'm not doing that. I'm in the UK. There's different laws here. Impression of Bilal Muhammad taking over as a new co-host of the pod after Mighty Mouse leaves because of a risque... Jesus Christ, computer, mate. Calm down. What's she getting all excited for, man? Chill. Fucking hell, mate. This thing's fucking blowing. Sorry, I gotta keep reading or I'll get caught up behind. But, damn, dude. This computer's going wild right now. Hey, Piggy on Wheels, have you been watching the embedded episode? No, I haven't. I've read all these. Impression of Bilal Muhammad taking over as a new co-host of the pod after Mighty Mouse leaves because of his risque guru joke.
Yeah, for a while, we're going to have a great show. It's going to be me and fucking Juliana Pena talking about my JDM decision.
Is Marab the CEO of EPO? Potentially. I don't know, though. Why did Bryce post an IG pic of Joshua Block holding his baby? He didn't do that. Thank you for the 5. Sugar versus Ilya at 145. Does Sean land the pullback? He could win. I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting to say. I think Sean O'Malley would be a tricky matchup for him at 145. I ran into the missus this morning and said, we made it when I saw the pod announcement with DJ. I nearly shed a tear. I'm so proud of the goo. Thank you for the £5. B, rack 'em up. I appreciate that, brother. Jesus, this computer's going crazy. I have a theory that DJ hates being called a mouse and it's always mighty and this and mighty that. He called himself Mighty Mouse. What do you mean he just hates that side of it? Thank you for the 5. Bryce versus Saeed, early prediction. Bryce. Can you do a live peekaboo session with DJ? No, I'm not doing a live peekaboo session. Thank you for the $5. Impression of Ariel tied to the toilet with a gag ball, crying, fighting to be free, while Guru's laughing, forcingly gives him a blumpkin. I'm not. Impression of Urseg on his first day of school.
What's up, guys? What do you think about me hitting the gritty? Can I hit the gritty? I'm doing good with this, right? I've got moves now.
Impression of Urseg on his... I've already read it. Sean O'Malley by 3rd round knockout. I got him by decision, weirdly. I think he'll drop Marab on a few occasions. Impression of Death Sentence submitting John Jones. The DJ pod announcement has rattled the Twitter Muay Thai accounts. The Muay Thai accounts on Twitter. Why weren't they rattled when he brought me on in person and when we did 3 different shows together before? It's interesting. 106.20. Newest Morning Kombat episode. BC brings your new show up. Interesting. I'll have to give that a listen real quick. Will you name the pod DJ and the Fat Guy? That's what we're working on, yes. That's what we're working on. On the newest... Is that Morning Kombat? Oh, wait. I need to be careful what I close down here because I'm prepping a video. Oh, Mortal Kombat is what I typed in. You think Bedtime likes you? He takes weird shots at you? I think it's friendly banter. I think most people find me hateable, but a lot of people tolerate me because they have to. But I think Bedtime, we're cool. I think we're cool. I take shots at bedtime. You know what I'm saying? Put your face cam on while you do the impressions. So we can know it's not a voice changer. You know what I'm saying? You never see him do an impression with a face cam on, I tell you. Thank you for the 2. O'Malley's sub win by Aikido wrist lock in round 1. Yes. 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 Did you see that Izzy liked the DJ podcast announcement? He's plotting something. DJ has set this whole thing up so that he can get Adesanya on... He's going to have me in person in America, and Adesanya is going to pop out, dude, and get me. I'm telling you. But I'm going to throw a tub of peanut butter in another direction and throw a fucking chihuahua this way and just fucking bolt for it. You know what I mean? So I've got my ways prepared to escape.
UFC bantamweight division getting patchy.
Morning Kombat mentioned me.
There's no trading Mighty Mouse for this one. What do you think of this Mighty Mouse Guru podcast collaboration post pay-per-views?
I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
Well, they're going to start it. It's a new relationship. Okay. It's two worlds collide, rival nations.
You know what? I'm going to be an optimist about this and just say that I feel like Guru will start to respect the fighters a little bit more.
Guru will start to respect the fighters anymore?
Sit and be with former fighters.
I wonder what Guru's reaction was to Big John Jones' story about the official.
I think it could be like an enlightening period for him. Luke, what do you think of that?
I haven't thought much.
All right.
Luke, I'm not going to start respecting the fighters more. It's going to make me respect them less.
At 31.
I hope you have a good week, Guru. Thank you, man. I appreciate the $2. When are you coming to MFA and bring in DJ Bubba? Also, impression of Trump and Bully Aspinall asking Ariel about the tunnels. Love you, Pigman. All right. Yeah, mate. What you doing down there with your fucking mattress, mate? Ariel Hawani, what a guy. We got to send him $1 billion. He's an amazing guy. He wasn't digging tunnels. It was I was digging tunnels. It was Elon. He was digging them. Thank you for the 26 months of membership, dude. When are you coming to MFA? What's MFA? Middlesbrough Fight Academy? Are you a Middlesbrough Fight Academy member? I feel like you are, Ian Gary Barlow. That sounds like a very Borough joke to make, Ian Gary Barlow. Yeah, you